I took my wife to a party. She left with another man. He tossed a $100 bill on my chest and said he'd take good care of her tonight. The next morning, my wife discovered her key wouldn't open our front door anymore. And the man she left with, she found out who I really was. I'm Marcus Webb, 44, from Augusta. I build custom offset smokers, the kind that turn backyard barbecue into religion. Not the cheap tin boxes from hardware stores. I'm talking 800-pound steel cathedrals that cost what some people pay for cars. My hands stay scarred and blackened with grease, but I built my business from dirt. Paid off my house years ago. I work honest hours and sleep clean. My wife, Claire, worked in marketing at a tech startup. Beautiful, sharp, ambitious. The kind of woman who never stopped climbing. We were solid for years, or so I thought. Different world, sure, but still the same team. Then she started picking at me. Said I didn't fit her company culture anymore. She stopped inviting me to work events. Claimed my jokes about propane tanks and brisket embarrassed her around her colleagues. I told myself it didn't matter if her blue-collar husband made her crowd uncomfortable. Then one night, she came home with this edge in her voice. Said I needed to come to her company's gala the following week. Not an invitation, a demand. I should have known right then. I said no. That was my first warning she ignored. The gala was at some country club where the wine cost more than my power tools. Everyone wore clothes that whispered money instead of shouting it. Claire looked nervous from the moment we arrived. She kept checking her phone, eyes darting toward a tall man in a designer suit across the room. That was Ryan Ashford, her new boss, 30-something, driving a Range Rover. The kind of man who treated confidence like legal tender. He shook my hand too hard, smiled too wide, eyes measuring me like I was something he needed to step over. He asked about the barbecue business with that tone people use when they're pretending to care. I answered straight, told him about my work. He nodded like he was doing me a favor by listening. An hour into the evening, Claire disappeared. I found her in a corner with Ryan, standing too close, laughing too loud at whatever he was saying. When she saw me, something flickered across her face. Not guilt, annoyance. Ryan walked up, still wearing that sharp smile. He pulled out a crisp $100 bill, held it between two fingers like it was a business card. Then he pressed it against my chest. Don't worry, Marcus. I'll take excellent care of her tonight. The room seemed to pause. People nearby pretended not to watch while watching everything. Claire didn't say a word. She just looked at me with cold eyes, waiting to see what I'd do. I took the bill, folded it once, and slipped it into my pocket. Then I walked out without looking back. Behind me, I heard Claire's heels clicking as she followed Ryan toward the parking lot. I drove home in silence, my hands steady on the wheel. When I got there, I called my lawyer. By midnight, I'd changed the locks. By dawn, I'd moved half my money into a separate account. By the time the sun came up, I'd started the paperwork. Claire came home around 9 the next morning. Her key scraped uselessly in the lock. I heard her try it again, then knock, then pound. I poured my coffee and waited. My phone buzzed. Her voice came through angry and sharp. Where's I? Why wasn't the door working? She needed to get inside. I let her talk herself out before I said anything. You made your choice last night, Claire. Silence on the other end. Then she started making excuses. It wasn't what I thought. Ryan was just a friend. She'd had too much wine. The usual script people read when they're caught. I know exactly what it was I said, and I know who I am too. Apparently you forgot. She tried a different approach then. Tears in her voice. We could fix this. She'd made a mistake. We could go to counseling. She loved me. You should have thought about that before you let another man buy you for $100. Ryan called me later that afternoon. He'd done some research, figured out who I really was. Turns out 3 of his biggest clients used my custom smokers. One of them was his company's primary investor. Ryan's voice sounded different now, smaller. He said there'd been a misunderstanding. He hoped we could be professional about this. I told him I was always professional. Then I hung up. Claire's still calling. Ryan's scrambling to keep his clients. And me? I'm back in my shop building something that'll last. That $100 bill is still in my pocket, a reminder of what I'm worth and what I'm not willing to sell.